I've made over $10 million as a personal trainer, but if I was starting over in 2025, I'd do things very differently. And this isn't about being rich. This is about making a good living, taking care of your family, and maybe the luxury of laying down when you next fly on holiday. So I'm going to show you everything in this video that you would need to go from $0 to $1 million. Now let's begin with stage number 1. This is going to be from $0 to $5,000 a month. And a lot of you won't want to hear this, but you're going to do the majority of this in person. To the side here, I'm going to set some benchmarks that are very important in stage 1. From 0 to 100 posts, from 0 to 100 hours, from 0 to 10 clients, from 0 to 100 followers, from 0 to 100 email subscribers, and from 0 to 1,000 hours. Now I know that can seem quite overwhelming. I'm just going to go through each one of those metrics and explain its importance for stage 1. Let's begin with 0 to 100 posts. Even though you're new to this, let's get out the gates. Some important things to think about. No one really cares about you. They don't care about your lunch. They don't care about your workout. They care about themselves. And in each person's life, they have a set of problems. Now, you, in the line of work you are, can help a lot of people with those using your expertise, your experiences, and your knowledge. Then the fourth thing isn't actually any of those. It's the fact that we are much more inclined to listen to a stranger. We are much more inclined to lift more and heavier weights when people are watching. We are much more inclined to work to avoid a loss. So when we financially pay someone to do something, we're more likely to do it. So let's not forget number 4. Your first 100 posts are the hardest because there's too many opportunities to give up. Something bombs. You give yourself all these excuses as to why you could just start another time. I don't care what platform. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever. Just put your blinkers on. Don't worry about post performance. Don't worry about anything else apart from doing those 100 posts. The important thing here to remember is that you get to set what success looks like. And success should not look like getting mad engagement or clients from the post you've done out or anything like that. Success should look like actually posting. 100 posts should take about 100 days. Okay, let's move to the next one. 0 to 100 hours. In front of you, whether you're coaching people for 30-minute slots, 45-minute slots, 1-hour slots, again, blinkers on, road to 100 hours. I don't care if you're offering sessions out for half price, quarter price, doing it for free. In stage 1, we don't care. Stage 1, it's about raw volume, raw experience. I don't want you to worry about many things apart from 1 hour down, 5 hours down, 10 hours down, 12 hours down. Once you get to 100 hours, you are quite literally 30 times better at what you're doing in 100 hours. It's your confidence, it's that your heart rate's dropped, it's that your speech has slowed down. You're becoming familiar with your environment and other coaches and other people in the gym and the equipment. The next is 0 to 10 clients. What a lot of people don't tell you is you can actually run a full book and earn incredible money with just 10 clients. They would need to see you 2 to 3 times a week, which to a very wealthy client is fine because they want to come to the gym and every single session, which would be probably 2 or 3 a week, they want their trainer there at the door. They don't want to carry their program. When I was charging a fortune back in 2016, I once had this client, she was a banker and she was paying me $120 an hour for the session. She says, I want to do 2 a week. I said, cool. But from what you've told me in the consult, I've actually given you a 3-week program. So here are your options. I go, you do 2 sessions with me, 1 on your own, or you should pay me another $120 a week. And for every single session, I'm going to be there. I said, yes, it is another cost. I held the workout out in front of her and I said, you will never have to touch this if you just pay me another $120 a week. Shook on it, trained her 3 times a week, $360 a week from 1 client. Perfect world, 10 clients. It's very unlikely. You're probably going to be looking at 20 or even 30 clients in the onset. But again, 0 to 10 clients. If you're at 9 clients every single day, you talk to everyone in the gym floor. You prospect every single person. I don't care if the maintenance man comes in with a ladder. You try and sell him personal training. Don't actually try and sell personal training. Just talk to people. Just ask them how they're getting on. If you need anything, just let me know. If you're not too pushy for quite a while, like, how much is personal training? You say, don't discuss pricing on the floor, Margaret. You know that. Why don't we put in a little hour and I can show you what I'm about, you cheeky girl. The next one, 0 to 100 followers. If you're not there yet, that's going to come. But you might have done your 100 posts. You might have done your 100 hours. You might have done some other things. You're going to keep pumping on social media till you hit 100. You might think that this is the easy part. Actually, 0 to 100 is incredibly difficult. 0 to 1,000, absolute slog. 0 to 10K is probably half the battle. 10K to 1 million, probably easier than 0 to 10K. The next is 0 to 100 email subscribers. In 2014, when I started my first email list, I thought, what is email? No one uses email anymore. Whoa, emails are boring. Trust me. And I mean, trust me. Because within 12 months, I've attributed over $850,000 to just one email list. And if emails didn't work, then in 2024, 2025, I wouldn't have nearly made $1 million from a flipping single email list. They still work. Now, some of your frequently asked questions in stage 1 are going to be, do we try and conquer all social media platforms at the same time? Well, actually, yeah. A piece of content is a digital asset, and we're going to float that asset to the internet, and it's going to work for us in the background. On some platforms, it will do well. Some other platforms, it may not. If you're going to make a reel that's specific to someone's problem, why wouldn't you put it in all places? If it's a portrait, 58-second reel, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Is there a platform that just do it yourself? It's like 10 seconds per platform. One of those little bloody digital assets in time will go bloody viral, grow your email list by 300 people and bag you 4 clients that then pay you $1,000 each. So it's $4,000 to put it on the platform. Would you do it for that? Yeah, well, shut up then. When do you start building an email list? As soon as possible. There are websites out there like Aweber, A-W-E-B-E-R. You can create a little sign-up form and you can start collecting emails straight away. Now, the email listing can seem very daunting. So what I've actually done is in the description, I've created a free lead magnet course, which teaches you what you would say and offer people for their email address. It's completely free. There are no catches, whatever. I created it because so many of your lead magnets are shit. The third frequently asked question that I always get is, do you pick a niche? When I see people going, I help 22 to 40-year-old men get in the best shape of their life. Shut up. No, you don't. Because if someone comes along at 21 with a Bugatti, you'll train him. And if he's 50 and he's a millionaire, you'll train him. So take the age groups out. When it comes to gender, unless you're teaching, pre-postnatal, gender isn't the biggest thing either. For most of you, rather than trying to niche down on a person and try to be seen by them, which I'm not going to lie, you look pathetic all the time. And you've obviously read an Alex Hormozy book and you're going, but Alex Hormozy says that I should only work with left-handed people. Yeah, you mean Alex Hormozy, who grew his socials to fucking millions, then sold hundreds and thousands of books to quite literally anyone that has a business. You're listening to niching from the one person whose niche is everyone. Nice one. You don't niche on the person, you niche on the problem. Because if the problem is fat loss, the advice is the same to Tracy, to Sam, to Dave, to John, to the student, to the nurse, to the fucking mum of 6 kids. It's the same. So niche on the problem and solve the problem in your content. Don't try and say, I work with busy men that are professionals who are you're just trying to say you work with rich men, but guess what? It's bollocks and people see straight through it. So don't try and niche down to a specific person. Have an avatar in mind. Where is the person? What do they live? What do they do for a job? What are their struggles? What solution would help them? What plan could you put in place? What lead magnet would be of interest to them? But you're going to end up like that lady online who goes, lesbians, if you're looking to lose fat, like rug munching as a different type of caloric equation to people that are heterosexual, you're doing our heads in. And you're probably thinking, what about training online? But shut your mouth, we're getting there. The stage is 1, let's move over to stage 2. Then we get to stage 2, which is getting from 5K to 20K. And unfortunately, your life goes from working in a gym and counting reps and sets to working a lot behind a laptop and a computer. And the truth is, soon you'll be running a tech business that provides programs for people. So you are going to need a good MacBook, a good computer, and in time, a camera like that. And before you know it, you're going to be in a room like me, surrounded by tripods, top-down camera setups. I've got props over here from various videos. At first, every time you get a cancelled client, you should be on your laptop. At stage 1, client cancels, you're going around the gym floor picking up another client. At stage 2, the best use of your time is to now open your laptop, serve your existing clients, and do some online digital marketing. Stage 2 is about forcing your hand to leave the gym floor. When it's your lunch break, you're getting food and you're sat at your laptop. In the afternoons, ultimately you want to turn that into your online time. Think about when you do a workout, you always want to do the hardest part first. So you always get people to train legs first in a workout. You never get someone to come in and do bicep curls and then finish with squats. You do the hardest part first. The same goes with personal training. Being with people face to face is the difficult part. Opening your laptop, getting a cup of coffee from Waitrose, that's the easy part. Now I'm going to take you back to a quick story. I was working in a gym called Absolute Fitness in Bracknell and I get an email from a guy called Cliff and he says he wants to train with me. I go, sweet, come in, let's do a consult. He goes, James, I live in Dubai. I went, mate, that's a long way to come for a consult. He goes, just train me online. I go, I don't do that. He goes, we'll figure it out. So kind of said to him, okay, what do you need? He goes, I need to lose weight and I need to train. I was like, yeah, do you know what? We could probably do this remote. Now, everyone out there has got their different ideas of what delivering to a client looks like. And straight away, you're thinking super expensive training apps, integrations, APIs. I'll be honest with you. The majority of people just want a program to follow and someone that gives a shit. And you can create that within a day. Now, me personally, I never did check-in calls. Never did weekly check-ins, never did monthly check-ins. The thought of getting on the phone with anyone for an hour, I loathe it. I just don't like it. So I ended up attracting a load of clients that didn't particularly need to be spoken to. Hey Trish, how are you? How did you get on this week? Fantastic. I just WhatsApp me. WhatsApp for desktop. It's how I communicate with my friends. It's how I communicate with my family. It's how I communicate with my online clients. What I did was, as soon as that first payment came in on Stripe or PayPal, I would change their name on WhatsApp and put in bold capital letters, online client. So when Tracy joined, online client. And then the second that their payment's finished, I'd delete that out their name. Then anytime I got a WhatsApp notification from someone that said online client, I was like, this person is paying me. I'm going to get back to it as soon as physically possible. I would rather have had little drips and drabs of communication via messages on WhatsApp every day than to ghost my client for 6 days to then speak to them for an hour on a Friday. You might think you're delivering extra value with that, but the perfect clients are going to be wealthy. They're going to be business owners owners, they're going to be busy people. They don't want to sit on the phone with an hour with someone who's their coach. They just don't. Give them a good program, rotate it frequently, ask them on a weekly basis what they like, what they don't like, change it accordingly. Again, the program has to be a mixture of what they love and what they need. You can't make it just too much what they need or they won't love it. And you can't make it just too much what they love or it won't work. Also, another little bonus that could help is whenever I took on a client, I'd make them send a video to me. I'd make them go, "Hi James, my name's Trisha. I'm looking to lose weight. I'm very excited to work with you." Now, the video was so that I could get an understanding for what that person was like. Because sometimes people are timid as shit. They're like, "Hi James, I'm not really confident at making." Straight away, I knew Trish is going nowhere near a squat rack. She's going to be doing goblet squats in the functional training room. She's going to be doing rear foot elevated split squats. I also know that in the goblet squats I was to give her, I'd tell her to do it with a kettlebell, not a dumbbell, because if she's using a 12 kilogram dumbbell for a goblet squat, she's going to have to go into the scariest part of the gym and fight off men that are doing bicep curls with it. So much can be done with the client, just giving a shit, checking in with them, messaging them, rotating their program. That's all you really need to be a good online coach. Good pricing point start for that is to charge a week what you would charge in person. Now, you will need a landing page, you will need a menu, you will need something for people to go to through your marketing sequence. Now, in a perfect world, how I would do it is have socials. Social media is number one job. Get email addresses. Email addresses, run some kind of email marketing campaign to then get them to a landing page. Again, if you don't know how to run an email marketing campaign, I'm actually going to put a bundle in the description to this video, which gives you 3 courses from me for just over the price of 1. It's an email marketing course, a content creation course, and a PT course. I think it's like $100 and something. It's a fucking steal. And again, no offense, download the invoice that you get from purchasing it and just put it against your expenses. So if you pay gym rent, this goes with it. When you buy a camera, this goes with it. When you buy a computer, this goes with it. That doesn't mean it's free. It reduces the profitability of your business. And reducing the profitability of your business means you pay less tax. It also means you have less money, but it means it's cost efficient. You should not be buying things for your business should. And if you haven't got that sorted out, get a flipping accountant. So the email marketing would push people to a landing page. A landing page is a website just designed for people to buy. Now, on that landing page, it's like a menu. Your services, what your clients have to say, how much you charge. Some little snakes out there will tell you to hide your pricing. Don't do that. Imagine going to a restaurant. They didn't show you prices till you got there. Snaky. You wouldn't do it in a hotel. Don't do it in other places. Don't overcomplicate it. Again, there's actually a free resource in the description to this on highly converting landing page. You click on that, I'll actually send you a template how to do that for free as well. So far you've got 2 courses for free and a PT bundle. It's quite a lot of value if you end up giving me your money. So the landing page, we want like a headline, a promise, a subheading. Then we want a video called a VSL, which is you just saying, "Welcome to my online coaching program. I put this together to solve this problem, this problem, this problem for people that have this problem, this problem, this problem. The way it works is this, this, this." And a very rough structure. This is what it is, why they need it, what they get, why to trust you, how to pay. And I know that can seem like I said that quite quick, but again, it's in the free resource in the description. Now, one thing to make clear is there are a lot of other gurus online doing similar things to me. Have many of them had a PT business of the same size of mine? Not really, because I'm in a funny place. I've made good money with a fitness app, but not generational wealth. I'm in the happy medium. Everyone who makes more than me has loads of staff, loads of moving parts, HR departments and all that. I don't. It's me, Declan's editor, and I've got my business partner, James, for Fitness App. We've got our coaches who are fantastic, but we keep it lean. So if you want to have a massive business with 100 staff, you would probably just hire someone to do your email marketing, do your landing pages, do your content for you. You'd be perfect for my mentorship if you want to do it yourself, because the email marketing department is me. The content creation department is me. The HR department is me. So the other gurus online will tell you to charge like huge amounts up front. The people need to commit to 12-week periods or 16-week periods or 6 months up front. And they're doing this in a bad way. So let's say your name's John, you're in the UK, you're making £1,500 a month. You're going to start working with some gurus who are going to say, "John, you need to get commitment from your clients. You're going to charge them for 4 months up front, full commitment. They need to commit. You get them on the phone, John, and you don't get off till you've got the sale." Don't know why they talk like that, but that's what they're like. Everyone's like, "You need sales calls, you don't. You need commitment, you don't. You need to book it." And what they do is they pretty much get all your revenue for the next 4 months and get you to close it this week. So then that guru can go, "See, John over here is making, what were you making, John? £1,500 a month. What'd you make last month, John? 22 grand. Do you hear that? 22 grand John just made because of me, his business guru." But it wasn't 22 grand for the month. It was 22 grand for the next flipping 5 months. Then John thinks he's rich all of a sudden, spends loads of money he hasn't got, then has to go back into another marketing cycle. And he's like, "Where's all my money next week?" "Well, John, you took all of the revenue from all the leads in one go." Anyway, they do it so it looks good to the guru. For you guys, as a PT, if you had a client who walked in and said, "Can I pay you £50 a week?" You go, "Yeah, it's fine." You wouldn't say, "No, I need a commitment of 10 weeks up." You go, "Just bring in the money every week, mate." That's the same for your online. If you can get people to pay a recurring cash flow, first First of all, it reduces the barrier to entry. Most of you bastards that join my mentorship after this video, you're going to jump on the split pay option because it's not even the cost, it's that you don't want to give all the money up front. You'd rather pay it in certain amounts with like Klarna or PayPal split in 4, whatever it is. It's a cash flow thing. The same reason most people don't pay for Netflix on annual, they pay for it monthly. It's a cash flow thing. So you need to make sure that you are giving your audience as many options as possible. And weekly is fine. First of all, the barrier to entry is very small. Second of all, if they don't like it and you have to refund them, it won't break your heart, because if they've paid 3 months in one go and then you have to refund them because they hate your product and hate you, which happens, it's going to break your heart and it's going to ruin your day. Third thing, knowing that every client is on a 1 week cycle will keep you invested and on top of the ball with managing them and keeping them happy. Most the advice that gurus give you is with their own interest and heart. Now, at stage 2, this is how it's going to work. You've got demand on the gym floor or you wouldn't be in stage 2. You've got demand online that's building because your social media is growing, your email marketing list is growing. Your email marketing list should be about 20% of your total amount of followers. And because of this demand, you can now segment most of your clients to the morning. So now you should open your diary from 6 a.m. till midday. That's when you PT. Maybe a 1 p.m., maybe a 2 p.m., but everything after that should be online only. And now the beauty is you've got 1 foot in person, 1 foot online. So in the morning, film your clients. When they hit a breakthrough, like 10 kilograms lost, get a picture of them holding a 10K plate. You stand in the picture with them. Get them to do lifts. Talk about your client's bit. Not the only thing in the content, because remember, no one cares. Show Janice strength progression. Show Dave's weight loss. Then you create content on calories, on macros, whatever it is you want to talk about as a PT. Socials grow. Email list grows. Email marketing goes out. Online clients onboarded. Online clients give good feedback. Market the online feedback back into content. Suddenly the email list grows. You're creating the self-perpetuating cycle of happy customers, new business. Happy customers, new business. But the beauty is, when you're in person, you charge for an hour, you have to give them an hour. With online, you smash with enough energy drinks, you can service your clients in really short periods of time. Some days, a client will ask you 2 things and you will service them in 6 minutes. You'll spend 5 minutes on their program, changing a few of it, front foot elevated split squat to rear foot elevated split squat. It's not rocket science. And then next thing you know, you've got an hour's wages to spend 20 minutes on someone. You've just tripled your hourly rate. And this is how you decouple your time from your income. And you can start to scale in a world where you work harder, you earn more money without having to give over more time. Now, as you're coming to the end of stage 2, there are a few things to consider. 1, to create a product. I'll show you my own suite of products in a second. Another thing is to consider a pivot. Could be writing a book, creating a course, whatever it is. I got to a point in my PT business where on my own, I was making about £200,000 a year, which is crazy. I had 65 clients paying, no, I had 72 clients paying 75 a week. 72 clients, 65 a week. £4,680 a week times 52. Yeah, I was doing £250,000. When was this? Where's all that money gone? If in the very early stages of 2017, I was earning £243,000, what is that in today's money with inflation? That's how old I am. I've got to count inflation in. £326,000 in today's money. Wow, why did I ever, where is that money? Where is that money? Where is that money? Anyway, that was on my own, but then I had to pivot, productize. I had to go to stage 3. That's what I'm saying. So we're gonna get into stage 3 now. Let's go have a look. So my coaching app is called Affordable Online Coaching. Let's call it the AOC. So suddenly we had to change from coaching as a service to creating a product. There are many ways that you can use it. We decided to have a 7-day free trial, which gives people full access to the app. Now within that, we give them a program which is at a cost. We pay our coach to provide that program. Now from here, we're at a loss. So it's time to try and get and make up for that loss. So there's several membership tiers that we try and put people onto. The ultimate goal that we want them to go onto is premium. Now premium is £14 per week, and it includes a coach to provide a program, someone to talk to, full access to the app and the community. So we're trying to compete with personal training at a much cheaper cost. We do this at £53 a month, which again, if you're in London, that's what you'd pay for a single PT session. But the main way we try and promote this is in a block for 4 months at £170. And the main way we build revenue every few months is to package the premium into a block, which goes into our challenge. Most of our challenges are 12 weeks, but we also have a 6-week. There have been times that we've supported the entire business just on 12-week challenges. Using those revenue blocks and people joining, sometimes we get several thousand people joining a challenge. As a prize money, we give out about $10,000. The reason that I'm putting this in pounds is the majority of you are English. Now, the premium plan is supported by our coaches. Our coaches are contractors. We pay them per program, so they can have their own jobs, their own worlds, their own clients, whatever. Finding coaches is actually very, very easy. Whenever we put feelers out, there are so many coaches out there with no work. So Really, because the hard part isn't coaching. What I want you to think about is the hard part here is winning over clients through marketing. So when you can get good at winning over clients through marketing, you get access to running a pretty scalable business. The reason my coaches work for me, I hope, is they like the mission that I'm on, but also they just can't be bothered to market and win over new business. They would rather just open their laptop and help people for a living. Now, not everyone is going to go from a 7-day trial straight into premium, even at a good rate. So let's say after 7 days, no purchase is made. We then will float something called the starter plan. Now, the starter plan is £10 per month. And what we do is we actually give them access to the program that they got on the trial. So straight away, that's at no extra cost to us, and they can continue to use that. And whenever they want, they can buy a one-off plan for £15. So if they want to do 4, 6, 8 weeks, this still works out incredibly affordable compared to other traditional plans on the internet. They can ride this for as long as they want, and they can also buy a pass into the challenge. The reason we don't let them join for free is just so that the judging component of the challenge is quite resource heavy. So we still need to pay people to help with the judging. When you've got 3,000 people in the challenge, it takes a very long time. So you need to pay people for their time to go through all the applications. At the moment, we've probably got about 3,500 people on starter, and that revenue adds up. Now, some people will go into premium, and we can't expect these people to be with us forever. They'll do a few challenges. I'll probably say the average person does probably 2 challenges. Then when these guys have finished, they come back around to a plan called bridging. And bridging is £5 a month. Now, the reason bridging is half the cost of starter is they've already been in premium. They've already been contributing to our ecosystem, paying our coaches. And the reason we call it bridging is some of them might just want to go down to this plan for a while. They might go on holiday, be a training break, injury, whatever it is. Or some of them will just want to use the challenges. They've already got their program. They've already used the coach. They've already learned and upskilled and got everything that they need to from the coach. So they can just keep trickling along with their plans. And sometimes for our members that have been with us for years, they might have 8 to 10 programs. So they can go down to £5 a month and just keep cycling through the programs that we've made for them before. And then recently we added Premium Plus, where we've added a dietitian. Now this one is £35 a week, and that's become what you would consider a high ticket offer for our ecosystem anyway, where people can join, not just get a program, work with a dietitian. And if you were going to source a personal trainer and a dietitian together, it'd be a lot more expensive than £35. So the beauty of this, the productization of this is, my job, my sole purpose is to just bring people onto the trial. Once people are on the trial, we hit like a 15% conversion rate for them going on a paid plan. Once they go to premium, they can end up on bridging. If they don't take the premium, they can go on to starter. And if some people need specialist attention, they can go to plus. And every few weeks, we'll do a revenue drive through promoting the challenge. This is stage 3. This is how you turn a service of counting reps in the gym into a product. And your position in that product can just be sending traffic to the website. Now, stage 4, hitting 100K a month. Going from stage 3 to stage 4 is where things get pretty interesting. For a lot of fitness businesses, it's hard to earn 100K a month, especially when your costs aren't massive. And stage 4 is where you probably need to consider a pivot into B2B, business to business. Now, this can seem like a really slimy and snaky move, but I'll explain something. For stage 3 to work, you have to be very good at landing pages, conversions, email marketing, and content creation. If you weren't, you wouldn't have made it to stage 3. And once you've operated and run a business where you become an expert at sending traffic to a website, it makes sense to productize the process of how you got there in the first place. What I want you to consider is, if you were going to make it to stage 3 and do well there, you're going to trailblaze and people are going to want to follow you. Whether you're in fitness, maybe even in another adjacent industry, physio, whatever. If you do it well enough, other people are going to want to know how you did it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with showing people the information of how you did it. There's plenty enough clients to go around. So I'm going to quickly show you my ecosystem. Because if your B2C goes well enough, this could be you in a few years. I never thought I'd have a B2B business. But if you're going to do well as you want to, this is going to be a transition that's going to occur. So we've got the business mentorship. So far, already in the description, there's a lead magnet for how to get higher conversions on your landing page, and there's lead magnet mastery. These things are free. And people are going to get a lot of value from these. And in time, if people enjoy these, they could buy into my IP-only plan. Now, this isn't released yet, but about 3 days ago, I had to shut new entry into my business mentorship. There's just too many people in there. And although the Discord is a great place for people to chat, work together, get critiques, whatever, there's still quite a large percentage of people that don't particularly like or want to use the Discord. So we're going to put a big discount on the business mentorship and call it IP only. We're going to turn it from a service to a product, exactly what we did in stage 3. I think this is going to be over $1,000 discounted. Now, even though there won't be a link to this in the description, I urge you to get these two, because if you download these two, or at least sign up to them, you will get to see the process that I put you through to convert you. And this is going to be the exact same thing that you're going to do in your fitness business to win over new business. You're going to give them something for free to nurture them into buying your product. Now, if you think of this as your coaching, sometimes people aren't ready to buy in. And when you get to stage 3, you're going to need to create some products. So for me, I've created short form content mastery. We sell about 10 of those a day. I created an email marketing course called Send Emails, Get Paid. And I created another course called the PT Starter Kit. Now, good news for you guys today is these have been bundled and there's an offer using the link. So if you click on that, again, once you buy the bundle, you're probably going to get an offer for IPO. Inside OPO, you get Chatbot and Chill, Your Bio Sucks, Mentorship 2.0, and all new courses. So my job on YouTube right now for business mentorship is to convert things that are free, but also things that are paid. Some people will get the free stuff, end up getting paid. Some people will pay for stuff, end up getting paid. Once I've got them here, I now give them to a suite of absolutely everything, and anything new that I add will go to these people in here. So this is the main offering. This is what your coaching service would be. This could be some programs that you might sell, maybe around squat, maybe around deadlift, maybe around nutrition, maybe about recipes, whatever it is. Then this stuff might be a training planner. It might be recipes. It could be a calorie calculator, whatever it is. You're gonna have an ecosystem of things that are free, things that are low ticket, things that are higher ticket, and they're all gonna feed each other. I'm now gonna go through a big promotion for these things, and whilst the mentorship shut down, I'm going in on creating a full YouTube course called the Silver Play Button, which is gonna teach you guys how to get your Silver Play Button on YouTube by getting 100,000 subscribers. When you get to level 3 and when you get to level 4, it's imperative that you realize that you need to build an ecosystem that feeds everything. Then even if we get rid of this for now, the important thing here is to explain that once you get good at one business, you can get good at all businesses. The same way that we've now got Newtonic to over $20 million valuation, it's this exact step. You build your social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of it. You collect email addresses, landing pages, sales. Whether Newtonic, whether my business mentorship, whether my coaching app, it is all the same. And there are just little things that are gonna help, from socials to emails, ManyChat, which I made a course, Chatbot and Chill, emails to the landing page, Send Emails, Get Paid, landing pages to sales, the high converting landing page course, how to get better on socials, short form content mastery. Every single course I make is about making you better at this funnel. And now the PT bundle that I put in the link is gonna help you with all of these things for your fitness business. But the beauty is your next business is gonna be the one that makes you the most money. Probably when you sidestep from fitness in 5 to 10 years, which will feel like a bit of a weird thing to think about now, because I never thought I'd have a drinks business. Gymshark started off selling vests. They made their billions in leggings. Grenade started off with a pre-workout, ends up having the most popular protein bar in the world. Adam Sullivan made millions from being a PT. He's probably gonna make more from his creatine gummies. What I'm selling is how to master this. This could take years, this could take years, this could take months. These can happen soon. I would love to stand here and tell you that there's a secret way, or that there's a shortcut or a hack or a blueprint to follow. But you actually just need to get really good at loads of different things. Even in jiu-jitsu, you need to get good at arm bars, leg locks, takedowns, guards, whatever. There's so many components to get good at to get your black belt. You need to do the same. I'm a coach. I've taught people for years. The world of fitness, the world of business is very much the same. There's one more thing I need to say. Being a personal trainer is a very, very difficult job. It is not that glamorous, it has very long days, and only the fittest survive, pardon the pun. If you can dominate and create a massive and profitable fitness business, you can literally go into any other business. And also think about this. The qualities of a coach is assessing people's problems, giving them a simplified plan of action that they can follow to save time, energy, and effort. I did that for years on the gym. I'm now probably better at it in business than I ever was in the world of fitness. So whether you're looking to go from 0 to stage 1, 1 to stage 2, 2 to stage 3, 3 to stage 4, I have years of experience in every single one. And I'm currently productizing every single component of it, just like I did in the world of fitness. And I'm pretty good at that too. So you shouldn't just consider buying my paid program with the links in the description because it could help you a tremendous amount, or that it's a business expense. I'll be honest with you and close with this. I've hired mentors and experts across the years to help me in different domains. They didn't just teach me stuff. They inspired me so that I could do it myself when I got to that level. Ed Lawrence, Paul Moore, even Phil Lerney. You may not know some of those names. I didn't copy them, I hired them. And I went from their student to becoming one of their peers. And that's the potential for you. Like I said, the links are in the description. Hope you found that video helpful. If you didn't find that video enough to click on the links and buy anything, then you should check out this one here, because YouTube reckons that you'll enjoy this one just as much as you enjoyed that one. Bye-bye.